When the Heart Association was looking for a sponsorship chair, they knew they didn't want somebody meek, but they got a Mencken. Meet her, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Beach First Center on the corner of 38th and Grissom Parkway. We're focused on the 13th Annual American Heart Ball. And we're visiting with Renee Mencken, the sponsorship chair. Good morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being with us this morning. What about this amazing facility?
It's great.
Did you have a chance to check it out this morning?
I did. I actually rode to the third floor by accident, so I stepped out there. It's very nice. Yeah.
This is beautiful up in their administrative offices, and to get a feel, and obviously to have Walt with us earlier this morning to welcome everybody. And of course, also Martin Luther King Jr. Day, celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is a real treat. So welcome to everybody. Yeah. The gala's getting close.
It is. It is. February 17th.
Right.
So it's coming up on us.
Right over a month from now.
Yes.
And there's still, I understand, both still ticket opportunities as well as sponsorship opportunities.
We are only at 50% of our goal for sponsorship opportunities, and so we have a ways to go.
Right, right. And a lot of folks can still take advantage of some tremendous sponsorship opportunities.
Absolutely, absolutely. When you sponsor a table or several tables, at any level, there are advertising perks.
Right.
You you have ads in the programs, the mailings that go out.
Right.
There are two very large mailings that go to 1,000 guests and
Wow.
sponsors. And depending on your sponsorship level, whether it be corporate, silver, bronze, emerald,
Platinum, diamond, there's
that's
lots
right,
of
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Or the presenting sponsor. I
Sure.
think it's a little late for the presenting sponsor. But you have either a quarter-page ad, half-page ad, or full-size ad.
Right, right.
So,
I think I saw even one, the
great
Emerald
marketing
sponsor.
opportunity.
Yeah, all of them have benefits on that evening.
That's right.
Which is a tremendous opportunity the evening of when you've got 1,000 folks there in the room.
And people notice, they take notice who has tables and who doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, you're handed that book when you check in.
Yes.
There at...
They mail it to you in advance also.
Wow.
And then
Okay.
you're handed that day. And then also on your table,
Right.
there's a sign on your table. And there are signs throughout the gala with the sponsorship levels.
This sounds like a must-attend event. Right?
Absolutely. 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge. It's
And
the event of Myrtle Beach for the year.
Oh, it is, very
I'd
definitely.
say.
Of course, when you think about events in Myrtle, they've got the Conway Medical Center Foundation Gala, which will be
Yes.
January 27th.
Yes.
Coming up soon. That's about 400 folks. Jessica Sasser will be with us later this week to talk about that. Obviously, there's a ton of
Sertoma,
events. Of course,
yeah.
the Brook Green Gardens, their annual gala, which raises a lot of money, but nothing to fight the #1 and #3 killer in America.
That's right. It is the #1 birth defect. Heart disease is the
Is
number
it
one.
really?
Yes, heart defects are the #1 birth defect for children, and it's the #1 killer in children. 1 in 2 women will die from heart disease.
Is that
50%.
right?
So either you know someone, either you directly are affected, or you know someone who is or will be affected.
By cardiovascular disease,
Yes.
by heart disease, and of course strokes really impact a lot of
It's
folks
the
as well.
#3 cause of death in the United States.
Golly.
Yeah. So this is an extremely important cause, and the Heart Association works very hard at promoting good health behaviors. They have educational programs on healthy heart living, and they also work with Clemson University
Right.
and USC and the Medical University of South Carolina
Right.
doing research projects to
Those
figure out
three.
what's causing this and how can we prevent it, and it's just a wonderful cause. I definitely worthwhile.
And of course, a lot of those great facts and figures are provided for folks who may not have known about the sponsorship opportunities.
Right.
These packets that are here in front of you, Renee, can be sent out to potential sponsors. If anyone is interested in possibly sponsoring, they could still call, and the phone number?
Absolutely. The phone number is 626-3939.
Okay.
If anybody's received one of these in the mail or somebody's hand delivered it, they should consider it, because it's absolutely a good cause, and it's not too late. If you haven't received one and you want to go to the #1 event in
Right.
Myrtle Beach,
Right.
it's a black tie event. It's lots of fun. They starts off with a cocktail hour and a silent auction, and it's just fun shopping. It's a reason to go shopping, and then you sit down for dinner. It's a very nice dinner. This year's at Kingston Plantation, and they are just putting on the menu. It just looks fabulous.
Oh, it does,
And then they'll move on to a live auction with some just amazing auction items there, too. Great opportunities. And last, dancing and fun.
Oh, yeah.
So
Jumpstart,
it's a lot
I
of
hear,
fun.
this
yes,
year.
Jumpstart, and they're great.
They had
So,
Jumpstart last year, and for years, groups like Chairman of the Board and other major bands, and of course
Right.
you've seen folks just tear into the floor early on last year, and I think it was an immediate, unanimous support to get them back again this year. They'd been at the gala 5 or 6 years ago and hadn't been around since, I think it was at the Kingston maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was at the Radisson for a year, now the Sheridan, and then at Marriott for 3 years, and thought they needed a new change of venue.
Right.
The opportunity to be back at Kingston.
Kingston
Tremendous.
does a fabulous job. I mean, there are lots of black tie galas held at Kingston Plantation. They do a fabulous job.
Right, they
I'm
do.
excited. I think it'll be great. It's a great time.
Hey, about yourself, are you originally from the area?
I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I was born
really?
and raised in central Pennsylvania, in a very small town.
What brought you to the Horry County, Myrtle Beach area?
My family vacationed here every year, and in between, I moved to Boston and lived there for a year, and it was so cold.
Oh, yeah.
I decided I wanted to move farther south and just applied to Grand Strand Hospital. I'm a mammography technologist, and they called me a week later, and I moved.
A mammography technologist.
Yes.
What is that?
I
It sounds a little fancy. Yeah.
Take mammograms,
Okay. Yeah.
which are very important.
Yes.
Very
Absolutely.
And I worked with Grand Strand Hospital for several years, and then opened the Calabash Imaging Center for Loris Hospital, where we did mammography and X-rays, and went back to Grand Strand Hospital for about a year, and then I had my daughter, Grace, my first child, and decided to stay at home.
Yes. Yes. And Grace is not your only child.
No, Grace is 6 now, and she has a brother, Luke, that's 5. They're 11 and a half months apart.
Oh, wow.
They actually had the same due date. And
Oh,
then,
come on,
yes,
Renee.
they did.
They're-
They did. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
He came during her first birthday party. I went into labor during her first birthday party. We had it early so he wouldn't be here, and
Is
he
that
decided he was
right?
coming to the party. And then Elijah, I have Elijah. He's 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
He
That's
just turned
great.
2, so,
3
yeah.
children. Boy, you must stay busy, Renee.
Yes.
Particularly this morning at 7. I guess Scott is, your husband is subbing in for you now.
He sure is. Yes.
Yeah. Crazy time.
He's good. He has to step in every now and then.
That's right. That's right.
So-
Well, hopefully he is tuning in to catch you here. And it's amazing, when you think about 3 children. I'm in the middle of 3, and I know how active my mother was trying to keep up with 3 boys. Of course, having a daughter there to lead the front.
Yes.
And I think I saw you've been real active on Fridays there at Lakewood Elementary.
Yes, I go drop Grace off at 7:30 in the morning, and then head to drop my boys off at 8, and straight from there I go back to Lakewood and spend the entire day until about 2:30.
What's that like? And you're working with Grace and all the kids?
All
or
the
just-
kids in her class and helping her teacher. It's just a tremendous amount of work for those
Oh, yeah.
teachers. And so I go in and unload the children's backpacks and staple papers and put them back in the backpacks, and help with some testing, the children, or just special projects.
Right. In Lakewood, down there between 544 and 7, a great location there.
Yes.
Probably a school a lot of folks don't even know about.
It's a great school. It's kindergarten through 5th grade.
Right.
And great principal, Mr. Rex, Tom Rex. And it's just, I can't say enough nice things about the school.
Mm-hmm.
Love the school. It's a small school. We have 5 kindergarten classes. It's great.
I heard you talking about a couple of the teachers there that are...
We have Miss Collins and Miss Baskins, and I just adore them. They are wonderful. They've been teaching together for 25 years.
Oh, come on.
And this was the biggest step for us to put for our daughter to go to kindergarten. We had checked into every school in the county, and then other counties as well. And I just couldn't be happier. They are a wonderful team. They're great. And I think that's the case with most of the teachers at Lakewood.
And
if not all of them.
is it common that teachers will tag team?
For kindergarten.
Right.
They tag team for kindergarten, and then they're on their own in first grade on.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That is great. And these two have been teaching together for 25 years.
Yes.
All at Lakewood?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
That is amazing. They
Yeah.
must be able to finish each other's sentences regularly.
Absolutely. They're like a married couple.
Is that right?
They've been together longer than a lot of married couples.
Oh, yeah,
most married
yeah.
couples, so.
That is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
That is fascinating. I think I saw also you're very active with your son's school.
Yes,
some role.
the chairman of the Parents Association for the Growing Tree preschool. And last year I was the chairman of Freaky Friday. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's a large fundraiser for our preschool. And it's
The Growing Tree.
The Growing Tree at the First Presbyterian Church.
Oh, yeah, great.
And then this year also I was very involved with the Freaky Friday. Last year we raised $26,000
Oh, come on.
in one night for the preschool.
Is that right? 26,000 in one night?
Yes.
What y'all do to raise 26,000?
Auction.
Is
We
that
have
right?
a silent auction.
Well, you know, Todd Harms was with us on Friday, just a couple of days ago, who's now the co-chair of the
Yes.
Heart Ball this year. And, of course, he'd been the auction chair for many years. I'm surprised he hadn't recruited you for auction as opposed
He is a very, very good sport. He was actually in the tunnel. We also have a tunnel that we decorate under the church.
Oh, Freaky Friday's
Freaky
the Halloween
Friday,
thing.
yes.
Yeah,
and
I
he
get it.
was under the tunnel, in the tunnel with me this year. He was Captain Hook. So
Oh, he was?
Yes, dressed like Captain Hook. So.
Oh, that's right. Of course, Emma Claire and I saw him. That's right.
Yes.
And his wife was helping him out that night.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a fun night, and it's a fun night. It's a great night.
Yeah, yeah.
And a
they-
good cause, because, you know, to put those dollars back into education. as
I
well.
know, that's right. And you really decorated. I understand, I think Todd pumps you up all the time as you were the one who decorated that hall underneath the sanctuary.
The tunnel, yes.
The tunnel,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes.
The tunnel, that's right. And it became much more than a tunnel that evening. It
Yes.
was amazing. Well,
I
congratulations.
get my inspirations through Disney. We traveled to Disney and several times last year and several times the year before trying to get ideas. So.
Yes, yes. Well, obviously, with your interest in medicine, and I know you didn't mention, but I think we had talked about it before we began this morning. Your husband Scott's a radiologist,
Yes.
and very active. And I know his partnership, Carolina Radiology's come in as a great sponsor of the event. Thank you again for soliciting those dollars. But it's amazing when you think about from a medical perspective, particularly someone who'd been involved with mammographies and remain involved, to see the impact that an event like this. I think you said. 3 schools are principally involved in research in South Carolina, but $4
Yes.
million were raised last year, and of that $4 million, $2.5 million, $2.4 million was reinvested back into those 3 schools involved in research into some of the things that have come about in the past. So many amazing things, AEDs and CPR training, some of those special situations that truly have been evolved from the support of raising dollars to go into research.
Absolutely. The majority of the money goes back into research and patient education.
Right, right.